Minecraft Live just recently happened, and I have some mixed feelings. I like the Pale Garden. I think the Creaking is a cool enemy design, being something you can't just crit out in a corner, but instead, a Weeping Angel you have to pick a block to deactivate. Yo, can we call this guy the Cracker instead? But I do have some concerns. I hope they add a reason to stay in the Pale Garden for more than 2 minutes, and not just take some saplings and immediately leave. Basically becoming just a big dead zone. Whenever I see it, I just go, I'm just not in the mood, man, and piss off. But I'm pretty sure they'll add something to the Pale Garden when it comes out. Also, why does the Creaking do like 0 damage? It does not go into the gym. The much bigger concern I have is the change to the update release schedule.
The core vanilla gameplay team did a tremendous job with Tricky Trials. Now we're planning to have a change of pace in terms of releasing new features. Earlier this year, they released the Armored Paws drop, which included Armadillo and new Wolf variants. And the ambition is to continue to drop more feature nuggets more frequently. These more regular updates will replace the yearly summer update that you might be used to. This will also allow us to consider long-term improvements to ensure we can build Minecraft for the long run.
Notice that one word, replace. Also, Mojang said in this blog post on the Minecraft website before Minecraft Live this year, instead of providing one free update during the summer, as we've done in the past, we will now be releasing a number of free game drops throughout the year. Jens in the blog post did not say here smaller content drops might just show up alongside the yearly themed update, like they did with the Armadillo being added in the smaller update before the major update of Tricky Trials. That I would be fine with. No, he said replaced, meaning the yearly big summer update is gone and these game drops have taken their place. Now if they do the summer update with the drop, then ignore this entire section, because for this section to work, I assumed their replacement is true. I didn't mention this, but also in the blog post, they did say the game drops will vary in size. They did not say how much they would vary in size, like how big they would be. So, it is a problem with Mojang being super vague for no reason yet again. I believe this choice was made because of the people saying that Mojang wasn't adding enough content to Minecraft in a year. Mojang might have something in their ears because this at a baseline doesn't fix the problem. They're mad at the amount of content within the yearly update. Not that there was only one update in a year. All Mojang appears to be doing here is just stretching out that same amount of content over the entire year, and not just in one big update blob. Now, take this statement with a massive thing of salt, but I'm pretty sure this will also lead to less content being released, because Mojang is going to spend resources on marketing for every single content drop, like they did for Armored Paws and Tricky Trials, and not once for just one update for that year. But I'm pretty sure this isn't much of a problem, because Mojang definitely is not struggling for resources. And I'm not talking game sales. Do you know where the Creeper's natural habitat is? That's right, it's the Walmart toy aisle. The main problem I have with this new release schedule, and the main point I want to come across in this section, is that 4 quarter-size updates do not necessarily equal 1 full-size update. Now, this might sound a little confusing. Spider Boy, I have done the calculations, and 4 quarter-size updates do indeed equal 1 full-size update. However, these 2 release schedules require 2 different design philosophies for what gets added in each update, with small updates requiring more bite-sized independent pieces of content. You cannot do large overall updates like Update Aquatic or Village and Pillage if you do not have the time to do a large overhaul update like that. And you can't just chop up the Never update into 4 different parts and spread it over a year and expect it to be good. It would be kind of a mess. Minecraft updates and the game in general works best when all its features are connected in a web of some sorts. Since I already brought up the Never update, I'm gonna use Soul Speed as my example. Soul Speed is an enchantment you can get mostly from piglin bartering, on a book or on some iron boots. Where the hell did you get this? Iron doesn't even spawn here! You can also get it from Bastion Remnants, but that's more rare and risky. The enchant is mainly meant to be used in the Soul Sand Valley biome. You see how soul speed connects to the other features from the Nether update, and if these features were released at the same time, it leaves a worse first impression for whatever feature comes out first. Say if they had the Soul Sand Valley biome and Piglin bartering in February, and the soul speed enchantment later in May or something. During that time in between, Piglin bartering is less useful, and the Soul Sand Valley biome is far more annoying. Yes, after soul speed is added in May, the problems are fixed, but you can't fix first impression many players had of these two features. So what I'm saying here is that end update stocks have never been lower. So another problem of just like stretching out updates over a year and just like smaller updates in general is the issue of loading chunks. This is an issue servers in particular are gonna face. As an example we see here, like the Nether before the Nether update, before 1.16, let's say 2019, and everything in this white circle is loaded chunks. And then in February of like 2020, they add the Crimson Forest biome. Let's just say like, here, there. This causes like a big gold rush in the server, with new people like exploring a lot of more chunks, causing this circle to grow way bigger because all the people exploring. And then Mojang adds the Soul Sand Valley in like May, and it can't load in any loaded chunks. That's not how biomes work. It has to go out here, and this causes another gold rush, which causes even more chunks to be loaded. And if another biome gets added, that has to go even further to find it. Then let's compare it to this, where the Nether update came out all at once with all the Nether biomes. You can see the circle is bigger because it took a longer time for all it to come out. But like it's not as big as like when the Crimson Forest came out because there was no gold rush to go. Gonna add a little more to it, like these like represent like Nether highways and stuff. But when the Nether update comes out like in its entirety, there's only one gold rush, so one expansion of loaded chunks everybody's loading. This is good for two reasons. One is that there's like less chunks being loaded to make the servers, make the file size of the world less big, less massive. And also beneficial because new players don't have to go like 20,000 blocks to find one single warped forest. They'll just find it with the rest of the Nether update stuff. I know I used the Nether update as the example here, but this would also work for theoretical end update if they chose to do it like this in scattered mini updates. Which I wish they don't do that. I wish they did like the Nether update all at once. Or they could just not do an end update. That can also happen. I want to make myself clear. I do not hate the idea of small game drops. What I'm worried about is the idea that Mojang is getting rid of the older, bigger style of an update and replacing them with the game drops. There is a time and a place for these small game drops, like for the biome vote losers from like half a decade ago. But much in the same way, there's a time and a place for the small game drops. There is a time and a place for the old, bigger style of update as well. Like for that funny purple place that everybody wants to be updated for some reason. Concern I had before Minecraft Live this year, forming during the trial chambers and the Tricky Trials update, maybe even before, is that it feels like Mojang as a more recent is more concerned about just adding more stuff into the game, rather than fixing the stuff that's already in the game. And there's definitely stuff to fix. Ignoring the funny purple place, enchanting is literally just like right there. Of course, there are some exceptions to this rule, like the bundle and minecart changes, but they have less time and effort put into them compared to whatever new toy Mojang is making, and that's what they feel like. Toys, archaeology and trial chambers, big headliner features for their updates, feel like toys you mess around with for a few hours, then forget about never to use again, rather than something that's like trying to improve a problem within the game. Also, shout out to the trial chambers for coming with the vault, which was actually a solution for a problem in the game, where multiple people cannot get loot from the same structure, which is very important for something like the Elytra. But then Mojang proceeded to not add the vault to any other structure in the game. Wow, Mojang, very cool. So when they showed the Pale Garden for the first time, I was confused. What problem did Mojang see in the game where this was the solution to it? Not having white wood? There's many better ways you can go about it. If you just shoved the Pale Garden underground and made it a cave biome, I think it would answer this question. The problem? It's simple. There's not enough biodiversity within the caves. With there being only 3 cave biomes and one of them only being found at the bottom of the world, adding a new cave biome would help solve this issue. Also, doing this will quell a lot of concerns me and others have about this biome, like there being less of a chance that the biome spawns 10,000 blocks away from spawn, because it's only competing for space with the before mentioned 3 cave biomes, rather than the 30 already existing surface biomes. It's been 2 years since the wild update came out, and I've still not seen a single mangrove swamp. Why did Mojang do this? Why did they make the biome so rare? Also, this answers the question of why I should stay in the biome for more than 2 minutes, because it's the same reason why you should stay in any other cave. It's to get that funny blue crystal. You can also increase the redstone spawn rates here. Maybe you can have it so the Creaking fucking hates torches, so you have to use a redstone ore as your light. I always wondered why that was a thing. The cave angle would work well with the whole weeping angel shtick the Creaking has going on. You have to face away from the mob to mine, and the Creaking can pin you up against a wall.
Ooh, I'm gonna be all up in those feet.
Of course, it wouldn't be a perfect transition. There will be some kinks to work out with the generation. But they made a nether forest work, and what is the nether but not a really big cave? That's also on fire. You know, a thing I've been hearing from the Minecraft community lately is that you can't get mad or criticize the update because they said it's not the finalized build. You know, the reason why they show up this stuff now and give us playable snapshots, besides having a soy overfill up over here, is that we do give our feedback and show our concerns, so when the finalized version does come out, it could be the best it could be. I know that they're probably not gonna do something as drastic as move the entire biome underground, but a boy can dream, okay? But that's my 2 cents about that. What do you think? Do you disagree with me? Tell me in the comments below. Or are you just gonna tell me that this video is pointless, that it won't change anything, and that reality is illusion, the universe is a hologram? Bye!